So half plate, we're doing half plate solder. And we're just going to be using their Aurora, WS Aurora. Okay. I thought I closed this, but I guess not. So this is the keyboard that we're going to be building today. This is the Y8, the Keyno Y8. It's actually live right now. It is live on Wuche. So we have the purple unit with the standard weight. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's waffle style. It's interesting because I don't know if you guys have watched other creators build it, but there is like a heat treated weight. I have the standard weights. I don't have the heat treated weights. So it's interesting because they have like different versions of this waffle weight. So if you look at the group buy page, there's like a heat coloring edition. This is the standard edition. They also have a raw edition, but this is just the standard purple with the standard weight and whatnot. This one, you can see it has this accent piece right here. It's very subtle, just right here. Here's the side. So this piece right here is actually an accent piece as well. So you can change this part out. And here is the back. Here are the feet. I don't know if you can tell, but typically I don't like putting feet on boards because with the dust mat, it just tends to like slide off, especially if it's not like very deep into the board. It seems like with the way the feet are here, it's gonna be pretty hard for it to just like slide it off. You got a little accent piece right here too. So here is the USB side. So it's a lower USB port. It is recessed. It's deep in there. This part, it says Keyno right here. Keyno. And then here is the front lip. So you do see the seam. You can see it right there. You can see the top part looks a little bit lighter, like a little bit more blue. Hopefully they're able to address that with the group buy, but I have a pre-production unit, so that could probably also be why. It's a pretty hefty board. I do have a solder PCB today, which I thought, you know, if I got the solder one, that means I can do half plate. So they gave me a bunch of different plates. So it looks like alu, PC, FR4. They also gave me foam, if that's what we want to do, if we want to foam it up. But since I got solder, I'm just gonna go with the FR4 half. So the standard edition starts at $350. The colors are E-cream, E-pink, black, silver, burgundy, dark green, purple, and CNC raw. There are 8 different colors. The layouts are winky-less, and then you can go either soldered or hot swap PCB. Front height is 18 mm, 8 degrees typing angle. It is a gasket mount. It has the internal waffle brass weight, as you can see here, but there's also 2 heat coloring edition ones. So there's a red one and there's a blue one. Yeah, so the PCB is 1 mm, so 1 millimeter. It is a very, very thin PCB. Looking at the PCB, here's something that is interesting. In case you're like, why so thin? PCB has no flex cuts, which I feel like it's pretty rare these days. While it disappears if you turn it sideways, no flex cuts at all. None. Nada. 0. So on the Geekhack page, it's saying it improves the keyboard's rebound by having a 1 mm PCB. And then because there's no flex, it should be a more consistent feel overall. With the gasket mounting, it is very thin, so we're going to be using 1.6 stabilizers with shims. Yeah, you do have a couple different layout options. And then daughter board JSD right here. There's no LEDs. It's a physical reset button on the back. Even the hot swap PCB is 1 mm, 1 millimeter. My cat has the smelliest of poos. Mine do too, and they don't bury it. I'm just like, what is wrong with you guys? Why are you guys just like so not happy? It's like, why do you guys do this to me? Like, are you guys depressed? Why you can't Is that why you can't bury your poo, or like, what's going on? Like, talk to me. What can I do to make you guys be more happy and feel like, oh. Cats. This is always knocking shit over too. Do you guys have male cats? I feel like male cats have like rancid peas. It's just male cats. People watching this are like, oh god, what is she gonna stop talking about? Okay, so here's the insert that you can, this is an accent. So here's the waffle. So you can take it out and then you would normally put the USB port in here. So here's the waffle weight is only waffle on the front. But so here were the screw points and here's where you would put the JST. It's interesting because they give you tape. Normally you would plug it in right here and you run it through. But normally you kind of have to do this like dance and finagle and make sure like the wire doesn't pop up. But they actually give you this like bandage to put on right here to keep the cable down. So that's pretty cool. I think the only thing I could see with this is, you know, what if you have to like take this off and on a lot? But personally, I don't see like the average person having to like remove this often. So here are the feet. So these just pop in, which I like. I personally don't like feet that you have to stick on. This uses these little gaskets. They're almost like socks. I'm assuming the thicker part is what goes down. You see how one side is technically thicker than the other? And then at the bottom, you see there's like the 3 dots. So that's how you can tell which side is thicker in case you look at this and you're like, I can't tell which side is thicker. Also looking at this top case, so you notice these on this middle accent piece. This is alignment tabs for the case. So if you look at the bottom piece, you'll see the alignment tabs. And that's to make sure that the case closes correctly to help you align it. I love alignment tabs. I think alignment tabs are the best things to happen to keyboards. Alignment tabs and plate forks. Oh my god. Okay, here, I'll show you the side. Oh, you can really see that there, right? So this is a Keyno Y8. It is being ran by Wutre right now. I think the US funder is Dane Keebs, who is also an affiliate of mine. It is a TKL. It comes in both Winky and Winky-less. There are a handful of different colors. This is a standard edition. And there's also a special edition, a heat edition, which comes in 2 different ones. So this is a mid part. And so if you buy the special edition or the heat edition, this part would also change. It's very subtle, it peeps out, and then you see there's just like a nice little angle right there. Just like small design language stuff, but this case is screwless, so you don't see any of the screws on the board, it's all internal. So it uses daughter board JST, you have a centered USB port, you have these rubber feet, they're not adhesive, they kind of use like a friction fit to fit in here, which is nice. Here's one thing when I'm talking about design language. This is not a straight cut, it's like a slanted cut, right? If you look in the back, you see that repeated here. So instead of doing like a straight line across, you know, it's a slanted line. You see that here too, slanted. And then here on the weight, you also see that slanted. So there's different design motifs throughout the board that I don't know if they did it on purpose, but lots of things that repeat. But yeah, that's the board. Thank you, Uche and Keyno, for letting me build it on stream. If you guys do decide to buy this board, please consider using my affiliate link. Or if you buy anything from Uche, please consider using my affiliate link. Other than that, I think that's it. Hey! Cat, stop.